is going on, everybody? It's Monday, and today we're gonna be working on this here. That's right. We're gonna see what happens. um we're just gonna replace the cam gears right quick. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we are just gonna check to see if the timing is bad. Yeah, we're gonna do this real quick just to check, because I mean everything else is done. So yeah, we're just gonna switch out the cam gears just to see if that is causing the problem with the timing, because this is exactly what the car sounds like. It sounds like it has a timing issue, and yeah, hopefully that's the problem. There's another problem with the engine. It's I think when we took it out to the mechanics, they noticed that I never noticed. I don't even know. I don't know if I fucked it up myself, or if it was like that the whole time and I just never noticed it. But the crank pulley is wobbly, so we're going to for now we're just gonna replace the cam gears to see if that helps out with the timing. And yeah, we'll be right back. So we have un especial guest that's gonna be working on her own car. Yeah, so she's gonna be putting in work big time. Valve cover is off. Took off all the nuts and everything. I'm about to take off the spark plug for cylinder number 1, and we're gonna stick a little a glove in there to find the compression stroke. And after we find the compression stroke, we're gonna find top dead center, and from there we're gonna match the top dead center to the cam bearings. They're those two dots. That dot and that dot is supposed to be, those two dots are supposed to be matching up, along with there should be another pointer at the crank, and they should all be matching. So we're just gonna check that out, and if they're not matching, then either way we're still just gonna if they're not matching, then either way we're still just gonna change the sprockets. No. Así, porque quieres ver, tienes que ver ahorita que salga. So, ahí ahorita va a hacer compresión, lo va a querer chupar un poquito, y ya cuando le vamos a dar vuelta acá, lo va a aventar para arriba. Ok, so ve, agarra una pinche, ¿cómo se llama? Maybe una 19, déjame ver si, espérate. Aquí tengo una 19, déjame ver si esta es. Yeah, es una 19. Alright, so it's a little bit dark down here, but as far as I know, you gotta take this little tensioner off. I guess that's a 14 and a 10, and this is for the I guess the balance shaft and the oil pump. belt. Yeah. So you take, after that you take off this, and you just gotta match up your. You gotta match up. There should be like a little pointer that points at top dead center from here, behind this gear, and in the top there should also be on the actual gears. You should also be pointed at top dead center. Supposedly I am at top dead center right now, so I will check to see if everything is matching up, and I will check back in with you guys in a little bit. So we just switched out the cam gears. Honestly, like, I took the other cam gears off and everything looked like it was fine. The two gears, actually this one's not really this one's not really pointing, you know, where it's supposed to. I didn't even notice that there was two lines right here. Anyways, we're gonna see what's up with this. All right, we just finished up swapping out these cam gears. Everything was cool. Looks like it's in top dead center. I don't think you guys can see this one, but the line's pretty on, like dead on. You know, these what do you call it? It looks like pretty much everything looks like it's in top dead center. Right now what we're gonna do is just put the valve cover back on, and you know, put everything back on. The spark plug wires, I just put the spark plug back in there. One thing that I know I'm gonna get shit on is the timing belt. Timing belt's trash. I know it's trash. I just don't want to buy a new timing belt because the crank. I want to make sure that the crank pulley is not wobbling, that it's not, you know, walking the time belt out. Because pretty much everything that I'm doing this for is just to find out that this motor is gonna work with this car, and that the swap and everything, that the harness and you know, the computer, everything is working out properly. And after all that is done, and this car cranks and fires and runs and everything, it's the way they're supposed to be, I'm gonna end up we're gonna end up ripping the motor out and probably do a little rebuild on it. Probably either get a new crank bearing. We'll get a new crank, or get this crank balanced, so that way we don't have that problem with the pulley, you know, wobbling and shit. Cause I'm pretty sure that's one of the reasons, if not the reason, why, you know, my belt is starting to slip. And yeah, so this is just pretty much a test run, just to make sure that we could go forward with this swap. But yeah, so that's pretty much everything that we got to do. My helper over here is tired as fuck. She's been working hard, or hardly working. I can't make up my mind. So yeah, everything is good, and looks like we can go forward with this. With finishing up. Right now we're just gonna put everything back together, slap the battery in there, try to crank it up, and yeah, we'll see you guys right now. A ver, dale switch nomás. ¿Otra vez? ¿Otra vez? La bomba de la gasolina. Take 2. Dale. Págale. Págale. Dale. That shit is way better. Now, that, I don't know if you can see it, probably can't see it too much. There you go. It's just wobbling like a motherfucker, man. But, looks like it started pretty good. I mean, other than the crank fucking wobbling so goddamn much, you know, I like the way this shit sounds. Honestly, it sounds pretty smooth. Last time you could hear that shit firing all over the motherfucking place, man. Blah 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 blah. Could never fucking idle correctly. I think if we let it warm up, maybe we might be able to. Let me see what the RPMs look like. RPM's a little high. Yeah, honestly, this shit sounds hella good. But that... Oh, I remember what happened now. The nigga at the shop fucked with my throttle. Let me do this real quick and I'll get back with y'all. Alright, so we came to the conclusion that it was the cam bearings. The cam bearings were fucking throwing off the time of the motor. So, you know, now that we changed it, the motor fires the way it's supposed to fire. But we still got the problem with the crank, you know, wobbling the crank pulley wobbling so damn much. So I guess what we got two options. We swap the motor for a new one, or we can rebuild the motor. I don't know if I want to rebuild this one or not. I do got a boy that told me that I can have his motor. He spun a bearing. I might be able to, you know, throw it together and you know, throw it back into this car. I don't know. I guess, you know, whichever one comes first. But let me try to start this one up again real quick, just so you guys check it out again. You can tell right here, it's wobbling like a motherfucker, man. And that, you know, that ain't no good. The crank is probably done. So, you know, the one that we had the biggest problem with was cylinder number one. Cylinder number one was never firing, and every time that we would take off, you know, the injector, I would unplug the injector, nothing at all would happen. We redid the entire harness, we installed every single sensor in this engine that goes into the ECU, and it always came back to being cylinder number 1. So after we did all that, there was 2 options. Either the valves were bent, or it wasn't fucking on time. And you know, the valves, I haven't checked the valves. We were gonna check the valves, but you know, I was determined to, you know, change the fucking pulleys back the way to the stock ones. And now that we actually put the stock pulleys back on, and I would take the injector off, there's a change. You know, it wants to die. Put it back on. And now it's firing the way it's supposed to. Let me check. I'll just check the other one. Oops. Don't mind it. That was okay. We're good. Anyways, I'll go with this hand. Oh, snap. What the hell was that? Alright. There's something wrong here. Okay, for some reason, if I don't unplug injector number 2, nothing happens. You see injector number 3. Yeah, injector number 3, there's something happening. Injector number 4. Same with injector number 4. Something is up with injector number 2. Now I gotta see what the hell is going on with that. Let me bust out my Noid lights real quick. Dale, man. I'm getting a signal. Whenever I pull it, it trips out. So now I plug this bitch back in there. It's not doing shit again. That one don't even. So when you put water on number 2, water stays there for a little bit. Number 1, it repels pretty much instantly. It repels. See, that one doesn't. So cylinder number 2 is not sparking again. I don't understand why. I don't know. This fucking engine's getting on my nerves. So we're leaving out of here disappointed again. Cylinder number 2, I mistook with cylinder number 1 last time, but cylinder number 2 is the one that always gives me problems. I really don't understand. Now, when I pulled this motor from the original car, from the Prelude, you know, this motor was running fucking perfect. Like, that's the whole reason why I fucking took this motor and put it in here. technically the fucking the car is good. I mean, it did sound way better when I swapped out the crank pulleys. But for some reason that cylinder number 2 is not firing. I don't know. For some reason it sounds good. I remember last time when I was at the shop, the dude actually he did make it. He did make cylinder number 2 fucking fire, except it was still except the cylinder number 2 was I'm sorry. The dude actually made cylinder number 2 fire. But it was still running rough. Now it's not really running rough, but cylinder number 2 is still not firing. I don't know what to do. I mean, we checked the compression and the compression is good. The injector is injecting. Let me see what else. Injector's injecting, compression. It's got spark. So I don't know. I don't know what to do at this point. I might just fucking end up ripping up the fucking motor out and try to put it. I'm gonna try to put slap a new one in there that actually works. The only problem with that. Hold on, man. The only problem with that is that the only reason why I wanted to get this engine to fire correctly is because I wanted to make sure that all the electrical is good, but it's not. So I guess to be continued later.